Today we're going to dive into one of the most fascinating creatures in marine horror cinema, the OCTALUS, the mysterious predator from Deep Rising. We'll connect ancient marine biology, Lovecraftian horror, and cinematic technology to understand what makes this beast so special and how its design revolutionized the marine horror genre. To truly understand this marine being, we have to start at the beginning of the film. Those first shots of sunken ships aren't just for atmosphere. They're the first clue about our monster's true nature. Vessels from different centuries and eras, all victims of the same creature. This suggests that this predator is at least 900 years old, possibly much older. We're talking about a being that has survived and evolved for nearly a millennium, lurking in the depths of the South China Sea, where a submarine canyon deep enough to hide mountains has served as its hunting territory for centuries. The zone where this beast lives is particularly significant. The South China Seas harbor numerous legends about vanished ships, and the area where the film takes place contains a submarine canyon so deep it could hide entire mountains. This habitat, barely explored by humans, perfectly explains how a being of such size has managed to remain hidden for so long. The extreme conditions of pressure and darkness at these depths could have contributed to its extraordinary evolution. The octalus's anatomy is a masterpiece of creature design. Rod Bottin created something truly unique, a being that combines elements of octopi, snakes, and abyssal creatures in a form that defies our understanding. The main body is similar to a gigantic cephalopod estimated at about 11 meters in height, without counting the tentacles. But it's in these appendages where we find the most fascinating characteristics. Each tentacle functions as an almost independent entity, equipped with its own mouth and digestive system, capable of moving with terrifying precision and speed. Most disturbing is that these tentacles seem to possess their own form of intelligence, though always coordinated with the main organism. Initially, when the protagonists encounter them, the tentacles appear to be independent creatures, similar to giant worms. This initial confusion is part of what makes this marine beast so effective as a monster. Its true nature is revealed gradually, increasing the horror as we comprehend the magnitude of what we're facing. What makes this creature truly extraordinary is its feeding method. It's not a simple predator that tears apart its prey. It has developed an external digestion system using acids that literally dissolves its victims while they're still alive. This terrifying process leaves only the skeletons of its prey, creating those disturbing ossuary scenes we see in the film. It's a form of feeding that combines predatory efficiency with pure horror, reminiscent of the ancient Otoya from the Cambrian period, but taken to a monstrous scale. The comparison with Otoya isn't coincidental. These small Cambrian marine worms, which still exist today, could represent an evolutionary ancestor of this marine monster. Like the being in the film, Otoya are predators that suck and squeeze the bodily fluids from their prey. It's as if this beast were a gigantic and highly evolved version of these ancient predators, adapted to hunt much larger prey. The intelligence of this creature is another aspect that elevates it above typical marine monsters. This being demonstrates surprising tactical capability, using complex strategies to hunt its prey. The tentacles seem to have some type of sensory organs of their own, allowing them to detect and track victims independently. It's as if each tentacle were an individual hunter, but all working in perfect synchrony under the control of a master mind. This coordination is evidenced in its ability to corner its prey, forcing them to move towards specific areas of the ship where they're more vulnerable. The beast shows a remarkable understanding of three-dimensional space and an ability to predict its victim's behavior. It doesn't just hunt, but plays with its prey, demonstrating a level of predatory intelligence that suggests prolonged evolution as an apex hunter. The technical realization of the octalus was revolutionary for its time. 96% of the creature was created digitally, with only one physical tentacle built for specific scenes. This decision allowed animators to create movements and behaviors that would have been impossible with traditional practical effects. The gelatinous texture, serpentine movements, the way the tentacles move in impossible but organic ways, all of this contributes to creating something that feels truly alien. The digital visual effects allowed them to bring to life aspects of this being that would have been extremely difficult to achieve with traditional animatronics. The gelatinous consistency of its body, the fluidity of its movements, the way its tentacles can contort and attack from impossible angles. All of this was possible thanks to the freedom provided by computer animation. Even today, more than 2 decades later, the special effects maintain surprising quality. The behavior of this beast throughout the film reveals fascinating patterns that suggest a highly developed intelligence. Sometimes its tentacles act stealthily, as when stalking prey in the cruise ship's corridors. Other times they're loud and aggressive, creating chaos and panic. This variability in its hunting tactics demonstrates significant adaptive capability. The predator evaluates each situation and modifies its approach as necessary. A particularly interesting aspect is the hierarchy in its nervous system. The tentacles seem to have certain autonomy, but clearly respond to central control. It's similar to how octopi have a neural network distributed through their tentacles, but taken to a terrifying extreme. This decentralization of its intelligence makes it even more frightening. You never know if you're dealing with an independent tentacle or the complete creature. Each tentacle can act as an individual hunter, but all respond to a central will. The design of this being has clear Lovecraftian influences, but combines them with elements of real marine biology in a unique way. Its ancient age, impossible form, the way it defies our understanding of biology. All of this connects directly with Lovecraft's cosmic horror. The creature represents that primordial terror of the unknown lurking in the depths, that ancestral fear of what might be waiting in the ocean's darkness. This beast's ability to adapt to different environments is another fascinating aspect of its biology. It can operate both in ocean depths and near the surface, and its ability to breathe air suggests extraordinary physiological adaptations. This versatility raises intriguing questions about its evolution and the real extent of its capabilities. What other environments could this being conquer? The size of this creature also deserves special analysis. With a main body approximately 11 meters in height, not counting its enormous tentacles, we're talking about one of the largest beasts ever presented in marine horror cinema. This colossal size, combined with its agility and ability to move in relatively confined spaces, makes it a particularly terrifying predator. And that final roar on the island, does it suggest there are more like this being? Or that the monster is just a manifestation of something even more ancient and terrible? The fact that the sound comes from a volcanic island opens intriguing possibilities about the true scope of this creature's adaptations and its ability to survive in diverse environments. Could this marine beast have evolved to conquer terrestrial environments as well? This creature represents something unique in the genre. A monster that is equally terrifying for what we know about it as for what remains in mystery. Its design combines familiar elements from nature with completely alien aspects, creating something that feels both possible and impossible at the same time. It's a predator that reminds us that, even in our modern world, ancient horrors can exist in unexplored depths. The OCTALUS remains one of the most innovative designs in marine horror cinema, a reminder that true nightmares can lurk in the depths of our oceans, waiting for the perfect moment to remind us that we aren't the only predators on this planet. And speaking of unique predators and revolutionary designs, if this analysis has fascinated you, you can't miss my video where we dive into another extraordinary creature. Jean Jacket, the mysterious being from Nope. Discover how Jordan Peele connects marine biology, Lovecraftian horror, and mythology to create one of the most original monsters in contemporary cinema. Click on the video appearing on screen and prepare yourself for a journey that will make you see cosmic horror from a completely new perspective.